Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading will be for Gemini and all Gemini placements found within your birth chart or wherever you have third house influence in your chart. If you are unfamiliar with any of these placements, just know that I offer comprehensive birth chart and synastry relationship chart readings. These sessions are deeply insightful and offer a lot of clarity and support for your questions. You get a full, comprehensive 2-question tarot spread, detailed birth chart notes, and a private pre-recorded video for you to reflect on. You can check out my services in the description box below. In this reading, Gemini, we're going to discuss astrology for your sun and ascendant signs, tarot, and oracle messages. Your love reading will be linked in the description box below. There always seems to be some crossover, so I highly encourage you to watch both and also watch for your other placements to gain a deeper perspective. We are in Aries season. We started off this Aries season with a lunar eclipse in Libra. You can peep the all signs reading. I will provide that link below as well. We have a Aries total solar eclipse on April 8th. All the while Mercury retrograde from April 1st to the 25th. We have this North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra being activated to set the tone for the month. During eclipses, it's crucial to pay attention to your natal North Node and your South Node placement. So I'm offering a $20 special for April. I'm extending it out through April. There are limited spots available. We're going to look into your natal nodes and see how they're being activated. So if you're interested in that, you can email me. Again, all the information is below. This is the start of a new cycle for many, right? Aries is the first of this astrological wheel. So many new beginnings may be ushering in some endings, right? Or vice versa. Aries asks us to find the warrior within. This is a strength year. So with all this node activation, I feel like we are definitely being put to the test with how we showcase our resilience, our stamina, and our perseverance. Remember though, it doesn't take blunt force. Sometimes the biggest lesson during Aries season is to find that Jedi pause before the actual strike. Now Gemini, let's get into your April reading. Hi Gemini, and welcome to this space. Welcome to your April monthly reading. So Gemini, what does this Aries solar eclipse mean for you? It's going to be accenting your 11th house. When I think of the 11th house, this is Aquarian energy. So this Pluto transit, there's something very symbolic around that for you in particular. So I would check back to your February reading. In particular, that's when we kind of shifted into this Pluto in Aquarius. The 11th house is all about our networks, right? We go from the 10th, which is our achievements, our career, how we establish ourselves in the world, to the 11th house, which is about, okay, who are the people, the places and things that I'm networking with, right, that are going to help me on my path towards my soul's mission, right? So 11th house is about who we know, right? Who we want to be around. I heard the word like attracts like, right? So what kind of energy are you putting off? What are the kind of people that you're calling into your life? Your energy right now could be shifting. You could be feeling like you maybe want to enter into new groups, new social groups, expand your horizons, expand on some sort of journey that you're on, okay? So 11th house is very prevalent for you. Mercury is also in Aries, so that's being highlighted with the Mercury retrograde. There could be something around someone right? 11th house that's being reconciled or brought back up to the surface with Mercury retrograde and eclipses. It doesn't have to be for everyone, okay? The full moon on the 23rd in Scorpio is in your 6th house. Self is popping out to me there. The vow you made to yourself, right? 6th house is also about others. So there's this highlight of self and others, which is being also highlighted with the Aries North Node, Libra South Node, right? How we express ourselves as an individual, right? And then also how we relate to others. There's a stark difference in reality check that we're all facing with this activation, okay? So there is some sort of vow that you made to yourself, Gemini, and you're having to really stick to it. Again, who are the people, places, and things that you want in your life? What are you calling forth this month for yourself, okay? Just some sort of vow that you made towards yourself. Wow. Cards are going crazy. The bridge and the nectar just popped out, but we're going to keep those there. So yeah, 6th house is, again, staying on track. Routine, health could be a priority for you with the full moon at the end of the month, okay? A cleanse. Purification, right, is the Virgo energy. So again, some sort of cleanse, detox that you're taking on. Maybe even detoxing from a group of friends or a partnership, right? Again, I keep getting the message for you. You are the company you keep. I used to hate it when my dad would say that to me when I was younger. I'm like, no, I'm my own person. That's that Aries energy. It's like, no, I make my own decisions around here. But if you really think about the reality of it, you know, you really are the company you keep. You know, energy is definitely exchanged, right? So depending on the people you're hanging out with, it can either raise your vibe or lower your vibe. So there's definitely some truth to that, right, Gemini? Especially you as the twins, Geminis, we are like the chameleons, you know, we are like sponges. We can absorb a lot from others. And we also mirror back to others. So that can be a hard thing for people to accept about Geminis. It can be very blunt and straightforward, like that Aries energy. And some people don't like that because we're the twins, we're the mirrors. And there's a lot to learn about ourselves through others, but we also have to find ourselves, come back to self, right? Come back to self, Gemini. Who are you? Okay. Let's get into your reading here. Venus and Mars are still in Pisces in your 10th house. So again, 10th to the 11th. You write your achievements, how far you've come. You know, give yourself a pat on the back there. You're definitely staying on track or being advised to stay on track this month with some sort of achievements, goals, obligation to self. Goal setting. Maybe some goals you set back on the new year. January, February in specific, okay? So let's get into it, Gemini. Let's talk about it. What do we have for the Gemini collective here? The Kiss. That did show up when I was, all those cards went crazy. The Healer. Oh, beautiful. Healer. It could be a healer. The Creator. Beautiful, wow. I like that for you. And the comic, yeah. You could be finding, because the tears below that, like comedic relief, you know, from some sort of sadness. Trying to find joy. Yeah, the bridge is showing up again. Okay, so the bridge and the Kiss showed up when all those cards went awry. So there's a reason why they're showing up again for you. Let's talk about it here. I actually am being called to the Kiss to read for you first. The Kiss. 185. It says here, merging, inviting to become one. It is a risky but beautiful business, right? Love in general. It's a risk, you know, to put your heart on your sleeve, to be vulnerable, to express yourself, to open up. I'm also seeing with the bridge here, you know, these two hands are showcased here, you know, bridging the gap, potentially a reconciliation of some sort. The hands are also here. So there's a lot about connection for you this month. You could be trying to visualize and create, again, the 11th house, what kind of people you want. What kind of relationship do you want? If you're single or if you're in a partnership, how can we deepen our love? I'm hearing the song, How Deep Is Your Love? I've channeled that song before. I don't know for who, but you could be questioning the depths of your love for someone or vice versa. You know, can we go deep? You know, Geminis love to go deep. We're ruled by the mental space. We need that intellectual stimulation. I'm a Gemini myself, so I'm saying we because I'm a Gemini. I'm a sun in Gemini. So each breath is alive with possibility. You know, the first kiss is like this electrified energy. So you could be experiencing a first kiss this month. What will their lips be like? You know, their tongue. Do they want me in return? There's a heightened sensation around this. You could be craving intimacy. You could be craving the depth of love and this sensual energy that's coming up for you and emerging this month. I like that. It says intimacy is multi-layered and requires our reflection. Revisit what you consider to be sensual, shameful even. You know, your taboos, your kinks. You know, these are some things that maybe you're thinking about this month. The bridge is also standing out for me here. The bridge. The bridge, 139. You could be trying out, you know, maybe you're dating a different type. You know, again, 11th house, a new friend group, a new social group, a new type that you're trying to date. Or again, if you're in a relationship, Gemini, you're like, hey, I want to try this out. Why don't we try this? Again, the bridge is about connection, the link, the gate. So it's like creating connection is so important for you this month with that 11th house being highlighted. There's a lot around people. I think you're going to be magnetizing new people in your life, or again, deepening the connections that you have. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. Saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating, or saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. So this is an openness and willingness to open up to others. This is communication as well. Again, I heard bridge the gap. So it could be about communication around healing something here with the healer. Maybe you want to express yourself. Again, the kiss. Show some sort of vulnerability, right? Because kissing someone can be a very vulnerable place. A very intimate place, especially if it's your first kiss. But you could be wanting that sort of connection with someone. Let's get into it. Let's pull from the light seers for you. Ooh, 2 of Cups on the bottom. Okay. Gemini, you calling in love? This eclipse could be eclipsing something into your life, it looks like, potentially. But again, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? You could check back later, next month, if this doesn't resonate for you. And again, the power of free will is always at play. You know, it's a choice. Love is a choice, Gemini. Remember that. And it takes 2 to tango is what I heard. It takes 2 to tango. Yeah, you're looking for reciprocity, that's for sure, with the 2 of Cups. And it looks like you're getting that. Right, it's upright. All right, Gemini, April, what do we got for you? Gemini collective, let's tap in, let's tune into your energies. Gemini. Oh, yeah. Could be definitely dealing with an Aries here. The Fool, King of Wands showing up. The Devil, 10 of Wands. What's going on here with this Devil? I want to clarify this. It's in reverse. Some people really look at the Devil as like doom and gloom, but it really does depend on the surrounding cards. And again, we all experience these archetypes. There's no need to fear. You know, I plan on doing more like workshops. I've done some on my channel. I have the Fool's Journey. You can check back to my channel. I'm actually feeling called to link that for you. I want to write it down to remember. Because you might want to, if you are trying to learn about the major arcana, for some of you, I do have a free video on my channel that I did a couple years back, teaching you about the major arcana. And I do plan on doing more of these workshops to help people understand, you know, demystifying tarot. There's certain cards that some people get really nervous around. And so I plan to host more of these workshops online and in person. Anyway, side rant there. I also am getting the message here with the Three of Pentacles clarifying the Devil is you are the company you keep. Right? Three of Pentacles is all about your networks, especially within the workforce. But again, just collaboration in general. You know, who are you collaborating with? Are you collaborating with the Devil, or are you collaborating with Fool? You know, new people. Two of Cups, King of Wands. It could definitely be a fire sign in your life. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I like seeing that upright. The very positive, charismatic energy, compassionate, strong-willed, definitely confident. Definitely could be an Aries, though, with the Fool right next to it, okay? Calling in a King of Wands, or you already are in some sort of union dynamic. But the Devil needs to be addressed here, and it looks like it is this month. Three of Pentacles. How are we going to work through this? Because the Devil's in reverse, so it looks like you are working through this. If you are in a relationship with someone, could be someone with Capricorn in their chart. It could be like, hey, let's address this. How can we work through maybe some codependency or addiction, toxic tendencies, influences, restrictions, right, is really what the Devil's all about. It's just restrictions within relationships, it looks like, for you in particular. And how can we work together better as a team? How can I be a team player in this, right? Maybe also assisting someone, or someone's assisting you through this. But it looks like you are working through this with it in reverse. We have the Ten of Wands here. You know, you are on a journey here, Gemini. I think this has been a long journey for you. You know, and with the Ten of Wands, it's about taking the things that are essential. There is something about baggage, you know, and that's the Devil. It's like, okay, I don't want to carry that weight. I don't want to live this way. I don't want to repeat karmic cycles. I want to move more freely into something, right? Fool, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles, that's harmonious, where we can work together. We can have fun. We can have play, right? Fool is very playful with the King of Wands for sure. And again, with the kiss, it's like you want like lust and love, you know, Two of Cups, King of Wands. Like you're looking for someone that, you know, might be laying it on thick here. There's a lot of chemistry brewing in April, I have to say. So buckle up for you single Geminis. All right, let's go a bit deeper for you. Let's pull from the Wild Unknown here. What do we have for Gemini for April? Just know that the love reading is going to be linked below. If you are interested in that, you can check that out. Oh, speculum. Speculating. What are you speculating, Gemini? Speculum glass. Let's see what this is about for you. Speculum glass. Don't mind me. It's like these, the handwriting's really small. 147. 147. Okay. Transparency, seeing. Glass transmits a sacred exchange between the alchemist and their work. Through the glass vessel, the alchemist sees their work, and the work sees the alchemist. Oh, I'm getting that really beautiful quote from Nietzsche. I feel like I always say it wrong. Nietzsche. Amazing philosopher. As we gaze into the abyss also gazes back into you. Remember what I was talking about with Gemini energy? We are the mirrors. We are the chameleons. And some people don't like that, but we're doing it from a higher place. So sometimes it's subconscious, you know? And again, it can come on really strong sometimes, but I think that there is love here. There's like a mirroring that's definitely showing up, especially with the mirror, the glass. How are you currently seeing the world? What is your perspective? The glass card can be thought of as the gift of true perception, so clarity. With it, you naturally focus on what is most central in your life. All else falls into the periphery. The next right action becomes clear. Glass is fragile by nature and requires regular cleaning, so find daily practices that align your vision to what is true. 6th house. Right? This is, again, focus, determination about who, what, when, where you are wanting. It seems like, again, 6th, 10th house, 11th house influence. It's like you're letting all the devil energy out of your periphery. It's like, that's not what I want to focus in on anymore. I want people that want to collaborate with me, team players, cooperation. We can work together well. There's balance, there's reciprocity. These are the things that it looks like, Gemini, you're calling into your life. And all else is kind of falling on the wayside here. Focusing in on a target, right? Seeing things for what they are and being like, okay, I'm going to take risks now. I want to move, right? Full energy. And it says here, glass is a separator. It puts a clear barrier between the observer and the observed. Ponder on this distance making and whether it's serving you or hindering you. So I guess there's a time and a place to be able to confront things head on. So maybe you felt like with someone in particular, again, this could be work, friend, lover, you know, whatever, foe. There could have been some distance, and now it's like, okay, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So I think that there's some clarity that's coming into your peripheral. But it is, again, it requires maintenance, like cleaning the glass, right? Maybe got a bit fogged. Maybe you were thinking back to these devilish tendencies, past addictive behaviors and traits that you know aren't serving you. And so distance is required, but maybe there is some sort of bridge, right? We saw the bridge there, bridging the gap, trying to come together, cooperation, etc., right? Okay, I want to pull from the wisdom of the oracle for you. What do we have for Gemini from the wisdom of the oracle? What's some advice for Gemini for April? Advice here for the Gemini collective. Ooh, unfinished symphony. Co-create, yeah, look at that. This is at 11th house. You are trying to call in people, and then the 10th house is also here. You are trying to call in people that want to co-create. Ooh, soulmate. You're calling in a soulmate. You're like, I want someone that's down to ride. Co-create a life with me, a vision. You know? Unfinished symphonies here, though. What's this unfinished symphony about? I want to clarify this because there's something unfinished. Okay, what's this about? It could be, again, some sort of dynamic that you have unfinished. Queen of Cups. Death in reverse. Yeah, there's the devil. Could be a Capricorn or a Scorpio or a Sag. But it looks like, again, there's balance, temper. So maybe someone had to temper this devil. Someone's having to temper that devil. Maybe it's you. But there needs to be some sort of tempering, you know, understanding that these blockages, restrictions are not serving this dynamic in any way. And there could be some sort of revisit here. Unfinished symphony with the death in reverse. This is definitely like going back to the past, looking back at it. This could be for closure or reconciliation. It can look different for everyone. This is a general reading. If you want a private reading, you can find my services below, okay? You could be dealing with a water sign as well, but I feel like, honestly, this is more your energy, male or female. I think if there is some sort of unfinished business with a soulmate here, that your heart's open. I don't feel like you're blocked off to this with the Temperance and the Queen of Cups. And again, with the Death, it's like you're willing to revisit something, but it does require someone being open, vulnerable, and emotionally available with the Queen of Cups. It's like, are you going to be willing to work as a team? Or are you going to come at me with this devil energy? You know, manipulation, scare tactics, you know, any sort of limitation, saying like, you know, I just can't, I can't do this, you know. That's that devil on our shoulder that tells us that we can't. but it seems like you can co-create something here. It may be with this person or it may not be. Let's see here. What's going on here with this devil energy? How can Gemini address this? It's showing up twice for you, you know, in reverse and upright. So I think there's kind of a sway here. Again, the devil can be very tempting and charming. But I see you wanting to co-create something beautiful for yourself. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Ooh, lots of chemistry with someone. Could be someone that has Aries in their chart, the Emperor in reverse. Just be mindful of immaturity, right? A lack of emotional intelligence. Someone that's like tit for tat, you know. Is it a burden, or is it going to be lighthearted and loving and kind, compassionate? Remember, Three of Pentacles, that was what was addressing the devil earlier. Are you going to work with me, or are you going to work against me, right? Are we going to be carrying this heavy baggage, or are we going to have fun? Are we going to enjoy life? Ace of Wands. This is hope, though. This is renewal, passion, a fire that's being lit. There's a lot of chemistry here with someone, I do have to say, but it's either old or new. 10 can be old. Ace of Wands could be new, and it could be with the same person, but I do think that there's someone, especially an Emperor, King of Wands, the fire sign in particular, and that could be, you could even be saying to me, there's a past fire and a new fire sign, right? And they could just have fire in their chart, or you could have fire in your chart strongly as well, okay, Gemini? Where do you have fire in your chart? I think that would be very beneficial for you to look into that. But it's like there's always another way to do something, right? We don't have to come at this with the lens of the devil, because we're only going to be stuck and bound and tied. And it's very restrictive, and it looks like you want something more lighthearted and fun and playful and imagining and inspiring, you know, to work towards something that is going to be a beautiful bond, one that can stand the test of time, you know. So, okay, there's potential for something that's unfinished to come together, but it does require cooperation. All right, Gemini, we're going to pull from the Heart's Hidden Secrets. This is the portion of the reading where I am going to pull on some energies for the love reading. If you want to follow me over there, the link is below. Okay, there's also an extended on Patreon. I do all 12 signs, and I also have extra supportive content on Patreon for these eclipses. I'll be posting that on April 4th for my Patreon viewers, so join me there. I'll be doing a lot more astrology content and pick-up pile readings on my Patreon channel. So if you like my content and it resonates, I would highly encourage you to join me on Patreon. You also get 20% off all my readings all the time. So there's the extra incentive for you. I'm trying to create a channel over there that really fosters towards my community. Like, what are you wanting me to do? So I have a chat on there where you can tell me, like, okay, I want this type of reading. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Okay. So if you're wanting something particular, Patreon's where to find me, where you can really like voice what it is that you want. What kind of content do you want? All right, so stick around for this portion if you are interested in love, but if not, check back next month, okay, Gemini? So what are we going to get into in the love reading? Oh, confusion. What are we going to get into for Gemini in the love reading? What are we going to get into for Gemini in the love reading? What are we going to get into for Gemini in the love reading for April? Please show me the truth. Gemini, collective. It's a lot, but yeah, this is what you're wanting. Intimacy, kiss, love, Two of Cups, passion, excitement, play, sensuality. These are big things for you this month, and I feel like that's what you're calling in. But I do feel like, you know, there is some sort of karma here. That's that devil energy that we're going to have to address in the love reading. It's showing up here, and there's some sort of confusion because someone's putting on a bluff. Could be you or your love interest, okay? So we're gonna look into this. If this is resonating, follow me over there. If this is where we part, I'll see you next month. Bye for now.